Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third annual Superhero Marvel and DC Draft in honor and Comic-Con weekend. We hope you're having a great weekend. And you know what's also happening this weekend, because it's going to release beforehand? We're doing a 24-hour Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 stream in honor of our 4-year anniversary. So if you're tuning in this, I'm not sure when because it's going to drop early on Patreon, but that stream will be coming up. So tune in. If you like Marvel, you like superheroes, we're going to be having a good old time playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, streaming it 24 hours.
Oh,
It's going to be fun. We're having fun right now.
We are.
This is recorded in the E3 weekend.
Some say that we have too much fun on this podcast.
Borderline.
I'm the Draft King, Travis Snell.
I am the one and only. I almost said Adam Hartcaster. I don't know why.
Oh, shit.
I am Kirkland Patzer.
I'm the friendly neighborhood. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Dylan. Nice. Dylan Musk.
I'm the 40-plus Taylor Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't tuned into these casts before, go check out. There's probably some other content happening this week, reviews, like I said, or streams. But if not, this is the third time we're doing this. This is a version of our kind of like a sports fantasy league draft. What we do is all of us pick 5 actors or actresses that, like, together, not 5 separately, that we think within the next year could be casted in a Marvel or DC. Well, actually, you said live action or animation last year. So any comic movie, as long as it's Marvel and DC. And then we'll go over some of the rules. But we're going to go... what should we do? I guess we should reveal that, first of all, Dylan Musk, congratulations. You won last year.
Sure did.
First ever winner.
Jake Gyllenhaal. We also last year decided to pick a 2-pointer. So this is like a point system. You know, each time you're correct, you get 1 point. There's a few of those so far, but you also get to pick a 2-pointer. And I put my man Gyllenhaal on the line, and he's, living it up with Mysterio World over there. So I'm in the lead right now with 2 points, and Kirkland's right behind me with a big 1.
Very close. So how do we do this point system? Like, he won that round? Or
Well, he did because he got 2 points.
So he said...
No, it's cumulative, isn't it?
That's what
We're doing an all-time point system here.
Well, yeah, but for this year, you get to go first because you won.
Sure.
So he never really won. It's just he's
He
in
won
the
the
lead.
2018 superhero draft. That's what he did.
So then why don't we start fresh?
What? But we are. But he still gets
I didn't pick first last year.
He's picking first this year because he.
It's true. These rules were not decided as a team. We should say.
No, remember.
Travis
Very fraudulent.
No, remember last year because I listened to this last week. I said how we want to do this, and this I don't care. And that's recorded footage. And,
I secretly care.
And Jessica's like, I don't care. Me,
Yeah, but everything
Kirkland,
changed.
and Taylor
Everything
did
changed when
sticks
you
for
took
it.
Krasinski from me.
Oh, well, too bad. Yeah, so what's going to happen is the rules are we can't pick anyone that we picked last year except for one. We all got one legacy pick. I want to talk about Jessica because she also got a point, which is good because the first year we did this, none of us got any points. So it was a big old 4-way tie.
Kirkland, who was your 1-pointer? We should say.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
He's
He's
the one and only.
Wonder Woman. So what happened with Jessica, and I want to talk about because in future, she picked Catherine Langford, who was Hannah in 13 Reasons Why. She got casted in Avengers Endgame, but her scene got cut. The directors did confirm she was cast. It wasn't a rumor, but her scene got cut. Is that a point in the future or not?
I feel like that should be a half.
But no one else is going to get it. Well, I
So
guess you could
she
have
wasn't.
it,
She wasn't in the credits. You confirmed this.
no,
earlier.
she wasn't in the credits.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you were the commissioner of this league, like you are in the Gauntlet,
See, yeah.
I feel like
we've
I would.
always said
I
who
wouldn't
got
allow that.
casted, though, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
either way. I don't really care, but I thought it was good to bring up in the future because it's a gray area.
I feel like, she was casted. They have her in mind for this role. They could throw her into another movie if they wanted to.
So she'll get the point then.
It's not like they were thinking about it. Like, she was officially casted and hired on for this project, and they did the footage, and then they just decided
Here's
to
the
just
thing.
remove
Jessica's not here this year. She's busy doing things.
Yeah.
And so her picks, I think, are just going to stay, right? Her 5 picks are just going to.
I think she's just kind of not in it, but sure, yeah.
I think she just probably keeps the same 5.
Yeah.
So she still has that pick on board.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. I think I agree with Kirkland, actually, the 0.5. I think that's maybe a good way. And even just for now, I think we need to talk to her about it, right? It's not fair if we decide for her. Because she should be able to defend her case.
I just kind of take it if you're not here, you're not picking people. It's kind of hard to keep track. Because then if
people are here,
then
they're
she
not
got a
picking people.
0.5, then she needs to pick a new person.
Maybe.
Or I guess you could keep picking her and hope she gets. Because technically, though, if she
It's
got,
not a point yet.
but
I
like
don't know.
Taylor said, though, if she got cast, you couldn't get a really. I guess you get a full point if she
I'd
could
give
only
her-
get a 0.5 from her.
I'd give her a 0.5.
But then she can only ever just get another 0.5 for her. Because if she appears in the movie, that's not a recasting. That's just they've already cast.
I feel like we give her a half point, and then if she gets fully cast, you just make that half point a full point.
Yeah. That works for me.
It might
I
be
was just
slimy,
saying she
but
got
hey,
casted. She was hired. She did her job and did the footage, so that's a point.
clearly not good enough.
did her
Otherwise she'd be in the
But
movie.
Feige just chose to do whatever he wanted with it.
And where do you stand, Travis?
I think I'm more on Taylor's side with the point. I think the
full
point
point.
fives are a little tricky.
Not
Okay,
for
let's
those
get Briggs in here. We have
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
no,
another
this is-
podcaster on the other side
We're
of the room.
definitely on a time limit.
He's not listening to me.
He's not listening.
Explain your case.
Briggs, I need you to come over here.
Don't
and
explain your
find a mic.
side. Just explain the problem.
Okay, so in the comic book draft, Jessica picked an actress who was cast in Avengers Endgame, filmed some scenes, but then got cut from the movie and is not in the credits of the movie. Does she get a point? Does she get a half point? Does she get no point? The person was in fact casted, but the person did not appear in that movie and was cut and is not in the credits.
Talking to Dylan's mic when you make
You can stew on it if you want some time. We got nowhere to be.
Well,
He's just slurping on that no. Okay, he's gonna stew on it, but we have an objective force in the room. This guy does not take part.
So maybe by the end of the cast, we can at least throw to you.
Sure.
And so what we'll do now is I'll read off the rosters, and people can say if they're gonna do their legacy pick or
Yeah.
not legacy pick. But here are the people that are from the 2017 draft that are officially back on the board now. These people are free. We made a rule that we can only pick one from last year because we don't want to just keep having the same roster over and
Mhm.
over. So 2017, people back on the table: Luke Evans, Ava Green, Mackenzie Davis, Arnie Hammer, Gerard Butler, Mila Kunis, Kate Beckinsale, Emma Watson, Chloe Grace
Yes.
Moretz or Mortez, Charlize Theron, Stephen Ewan, Dylan O'Brien, Liam Hemsworth, Jake Gyllenhaal if you want to take him,
Yeah.
Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, Emily Blunt. So those are the ones
Yeah.
back on the table.
It's
And
true.
then-
You can pick Jake Gyllenhaal. It would have to be for a role that is not Mysterio.
and not a sequel, not
Yeah.
like he's coming back. So
Yeah, because for example, Kirkland picked Haley Steinfeld after she was cast in Spider-Verse, so he was
Big
banking
play.
on her being in a separate character.
So Taylor, I'm gonna throw to you. Last year you picked Liam Neeson, Jamie Foxx, Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Hamill, with Liam Neeson being your 2-star pick.
I had high hopes.
Are you keeping Are you keeping a legacy pick from here?
Yes, I am.
And inform the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, my legacy pick is the one and only Mark Hamill.
Hey, good pick.
You gonna tell the
Marvelous
audience
Hamill.
why?
I'm going with him because there's lots of just kind of talk and discussion out there on the webs about Guardians 3, and they just dropped the Guardians 3 news with James Gunn back in the director's chair, just like that. So I feel like they could just drop it and be like, "Yep, Mark Hamill, he has been now officially locked on for this." Even though
So he was rumored, is what you're saying.
they were talking about it.
Who's they? James Gunn?
No. James Gunn and Mark Hamill were joking about him having a cameo in Guardians
Oh,
3.
I see.
Not so.
Okay.
So even if I hold on to this
reliable
and
source.
It's a very
premise
an optimist's point of view, and I respect it.
even if I hold on to this and it doesn't lead anywhere,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm okay with it. I feel pretty good because I feel like if it's not Guardians, he could make an appearance in some other form or some other because he does the voices for things and he's all over the
Don't
place.
you think
Voices
him
for
always
things.
throwing his last Jedi shade
Check
that Disney's gonna not want to work with him?
No, I think they're gonna want to work with him. I think he's got a lot of talent and he's pretty big
A lot
right
of
now.
talent.
He's working. I can't remember that show. I think it's he's doing like a medieval knight in some like live action.
He's in
I
Dark
for-
Crystal.
Dark Crystal, really?
He's a voice too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, these mics, I tell you.
No,
It's not the mic's fault,
Not the
it's
mic's
your
fault. At all.
So yeah, can we just get like a headset with the mic just
You
attached
can
to
do
We
that
it?
absolutely
if you want.
can.
If you don't
invest
trust
in it.
yourself,
We got a
you
guy
can-
I don't
that.
trust myself.
Kirkland Patzer.
Oh, no, it's
you
going to me.
picked Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Haley Steinfeld, Pedro Pascal, Alicia Van Kander, and Taron Egerton. So obviously Pedro Pascal got you point. Congrats. So you could pick him
My
again. Haley Steinfeld was your 2-star pick. So what is going to be your legacy
Joseph
pick?
Gordon-Levitt was my 2017 pick. Kirkland snagged that one from
Oh,
beneath my
I
feet.
snatched him.
Or are you not keeping a legacy pick?
Yeah, you don't have to. of
Yeah,
course.
you don't have to. It's not
Jessica last year picked a fully new roster.
Yep.
So if I keep my legacy pick, that's not necessarily my 2-pointer, right?
a roll. No.
Okay. I'm going to pass.
Oh, okay. And he
I'm
still
gonna
has the
spice
option
things
at
up.
the end. If you had picks taken, you could say, okay, I'm just going to take
Okay,
someone from
yeah.
last year.
Mhm.
So
I appreciate the options.
Dylan Musk, the winner over there with Jake Gyllenhaal, the big 2-pointer. Amelia Clark, Josh Hutcherson, John Goodman, and Felicity Jones. Dylan Musk, are you keeping a legacy pick?
I sure am. I'm gonna keep Amelia Clark. Game of Thrones is done now, so she's I'm sure her time is freed up a little bit. She's already in the Disney family. She was in Solo, of course,
movie?
in a small role. And I think she's just a fantastic actress. She's a big star right now. Marvel would want to scoop her up. DC would want to scoop her up. I'm sure Marvel's going to want more like female-based led movies and things like that in their coming up phases. So I think she'd be the perfect pick to lead in a movie. But also she could just be like in some smaller role as well. Like she's got a lot of diversity in there, and even DC could throw her in as some random character like Squirrel Girl or something. That's a Marvel character.
Yeah, it's Marvel.
But some other smaller character like Suicide Squad, something like that.
Squad.
So I'm gonna keep her for sure. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Squad because my picks from last year: John Krasinski, Neil Patrick Harris, Steve Carroll, as you would say.
Steve Carroll.
What?
Taylor.
What?
Taylor earlier called him Steve Carroll.
Oh, that hurts
Well,
my ears.
and then like when he said Carell future times, it was like he felt wrong about saying
Yeah.
it. He's like,
I did not feel
correct.
it's like that can't be right.
Zac Efron, and then my legacy pick, John Cena, because Dylan Musk was talking about Squad over there. There's been rumors a couple months ago that James Gunn was looking at John Cena for Suicide Squad 2. I just got to keep that. I've kept him 2 years in a row. I just feel we all know he's going to get cast at some point. He has the build. He has the charisma. His career's building. He's in a Fast and Furious movie coming up. I think it's just bound to happen. And I just, kind of like what Dylan did with Gyllenhaal, you just got to keep him till it happens. He was rumored for Batman, funny enough, when you picked him. And it's funny that he's Mysterio. It's a weird world we were living in last year.
Crazy
but,
stuff.
So he's rumored for Squad. I just feel it's going to happen. If it doesn't happen in Squad, it could happen somewhere else. So that is my legacy pick. Is it my 2-pointer? Stay tuned. So Dylan Musk gets to go
Yep,
first.
sure
Kirkland
do.
gets to go next.
Oh,
but
sweet.
then
I like this.
me and
Like
Taylor
disorder.
have to rock, paper, scissors. Are we doing
don't take my pick.
Are we just doing one or a best of 3?
I feel like you gotta do best of 3.
I feel like weeks ago
Yeah.
I said that and he's like, no, just one and done. Okay, let's go.
So are we
The
Like-
winner gets to go third.
okay?
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Geekverse Gauntlet. We're gonna do a quick match of rock, paper,
RPS.
scissors. Okay, game one. We're hopping into game
RPS.
one here,
On
Kirkland.
go.
3 or like 1, 2,
Both
On
competitors
three.
look pretty solid.
No, okay, so
Oh,
not 1, 2,
On
3,
scissors.
go.
Taylor looks pretty fraud.
Rock,
That's the
paper,
Canadian way. Is on 3.
Rock.
I'm pretty
paper,
sure
Okay, game one.
scissors.
Oh, game one goes the way of Taylor Field. He throws out that quick
Rock,
paper.
scissors.
Okay, game. Oh, Taylor follows it up
sweat
with a
me.
clean scissor and chops Travis in
You gotta use
two.
the eyes, just mind fuck.
I saw your eyes. I was intimidated.
It's good for Taylor
I was going
'cause
paper
he's
there.
only beat me once in Gauntlet in 3 years, so this is good for him. So Taylor's going third. I'm going fourth. Dylan, kick us off with technically your second pick, but still the first pick overall. So second pick.
Mhm.
Here we go.
I am going to steal someone else's pick from last year. Who is it? It's someone who made me very salty last year that I didn't get this pick. It is John Krasinski. I am taking my
Ooh,
man.
the man.
He is on the come up with The Quiet Place, which happened a while ago. I'm sure he's been looking for that comic book role. I think people take him a lot more seriously now. He's not just Jim from The Office. He's more than that. He's like behind the screen. If he is, working in the director's chair or writing something like that, he could pop up as a cameo, some smaller character, a la Tarantino style. Or he could lead in a movie because he's a very skilled
He's got
actor.
that power.
He's fucking buff now. He's scary.
He's jacked.
Yeah. So that was a pick that changed my whole world last year when Travis snagged that right from beneath my dehose. That was my number one pick. And
Your dehose?
My dehose. That was I felt like it got stolen from me, and so I'm gonna steal it right back.
And I didn't
Excellent.
clarify that Dill now cannot pick people from any other
Oh,
person's
really?
team. Yeah.
Oh, good
We
to
only
know
did
that you're
one.
inventing rules on the spot,
No.
Travis.
Last year we had
Good
that
to know.
rule.
That's
as well.
something a loser would
so we
do.
still
It's
don't
funny
have
that
the
you
same
say it
roster.
after I pick someone. Hey,
Once again, all recorded
must
proof.
be nice to just invent rules on.
Kirkland
on the fly.
Patzer.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad I'm in this position because I thought this pick was gonna be stolen, and honestly, this guy could already be in a superhero movie, and I wouldn't even know. But
Awesome.
I'm gonna throw it down there. Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
That is my
damn.
number one
Big
pick.
Keanu.
This guy has been riding a super tide lately. He
Yeah.
blew us all away at E3. I know this isn't really related to E3, but that's where the time of this recording, that's what we're watching.
Mhm.
So, that guy's kind of in everything right now. And you know what's the number one thing in movies right now?
What's
Comic
that?
book stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Comic book movies.
And he's a known action star.
He
right?
is. And I feel like he could kill it
He's got a
as a
distinct look.
villain. He
Yeah,
could be a
villain.
hero.
True.
DC, Marvel, some
Mhm.
unknown comic book
Yeah.
company that we haven't even heard of. I feel like he could be in there. So,
Yeah.
number one pick, Keanu.
That was my number one pick.
It's a good pick.
Hey, let's go.
Way to go,
Stole
Kirkland.
Travis's picks. I feel like I should get a 0.5 point for that.
Taylor Field.
I'm gonna my pick. It just kind of
Oh,
went
no.
over the radar at first, but like me
This
and
is going
Travis,
places.
we talked about it. Talked about this person, and
Oh, you guys are teaming up now too.
No,
Oh,
teaming
interesting.
up.
I didn't
We,
know table talk was allowed.
Unknown rules.
we talked about this person a while ago, and we were so hyped when the movie came out and she was in it. And,
Oh, she.
Yeah.
Who is it?
And you're not the only one
Going to
stealing
Kate
from
Beckinsale
Travis
again?
because I'm gonna steal the magnificent, the wonderful Naomi Scott.
Damn it! She was my number 2.
Oh,
God damn,
ooh,
clean.
yeah. I was just blown away by her performance in Aladdin.
Oh,
I
man.
just thought it was
Yeah.
great. So I think Disney is all about Naomi Scott right now and is gonna throw her into a superhero role.
She's a great actress.
So that's
Once
right.
again, Power Rangers review. Go check who was the one that says she's gonna be a big star. This guy right here. Yeah, there goes my second pick. This is great. That's what happens when you're last, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so, and I also am mad because I had 2 picks that were already cast this year. I wish this happened a few months after because I was going to pick Kumail Nanjiani and then Richard Madden from Game of Thrones, but they're both in Eternal, so that's great. Let's see here. So I'm going to go for my number 2 pick. I'm going to go Ryan Gosling. Now, the reason is he has been talked about for a few ones. He was supposed to be the Joker in Suicide Squad, and I think he was rumored for some Marvel stuff. He turned them all down because of contracts. I'm hoping that with the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix being a big hit, that might open up a new and Jake Gyllenhaal, who for a while did not do comic book movies. I think it's showing that some of these people, when their career's kind of down or they want a paycheck, or something like Joaquin, when let's do something artsy with it, someone that may have in the past been like, I don't know if I want to do this, I think he's more open to it. I've talked about Gosling a lot. I put him into the X-Men draft as Cyclops, but I think now,
Cyclops.
yeah, I think now with this Joker movie, if it hits and it's big, I think you'll get a lot of those actors that, I'd love to do a comic book movie, but I only want to do like 1 or 2. Joker looks like it's a one and done, so I think he is kind of primed to eventually be in a comic book movie. And because I feel like we all love Blade Runner 2049 here, but it was a big bomb. He's had a couple bombs recently, and that's kind of some of the word why Jake Gyllenhaal went to Spider-Man, because he had a couple bombs. It's like, oh well, this can get you right up. So I'm going the gauze. I'm hoping it's gonna happen. I think it might be a little early, but I just don't know because Joker's in October, so it might just hit. And yeah, so I'm going Ryan Gosling, second pick.
Not bad. I guess that means I'm up next, hey?
Yep.
Oh, this is where it gets tricky. I think I have kind of stranger picks than you guys. Naomi Scott was not on my radar at all, even though it's a great pick. Nice one, Taylor.
Great pick, Taylor.
I think I might go for another theft here. And I think it might be theft from Travis yet again, but back from 2017. I'm going to go with Mackenzie Davis. Fantastic actress. I think I don't know. I don't know if I considered picking her last year. I can't remember, but yeah, I've seen her in a few things now. She was obviously in Blade Runner. She was in San Junipero. She's in Terminator coming up, which I think is a big turning point because that shows that she's going to be in a big action movie, and that's kind of what a lot of these comic book movies are in a lot of ways, right? They have a lot of action in every single one of them. So I think she's got a lot of skill as an actress that she could play really all sorts of characters. I think she even has the chops to be like a really strong villain. Or she could be a hero, or she could even just be like more of a side, smaller character, someone that gets maybe their star movie like in the future or something. But I think she's a very capable actress, and I think people have probably got their sights on her. And she's probably been talking to DC and Marvel. She's probably trying to make a decision right now on what character she wants to play.
Looks like she's from Vancouver too. That's pretty cool.
There you go.
So shouts
Throwing
out
out
to
some Canadian love.
BC, Canada. Yeah.
Mhm.
Alrighty, folks. Are y'all ready for my number 2 pick?
I'm pretty ready, actually.
I don't know if I am, because my number 2 was stolen, unfortunately, by Mr. Cool Guy Taylor over there.
Naomi Scott, just a big pick.
I'm gonna go with. All right, I'm gonna ride the vibe that Dylan was going with.
Talking to the mic, Kirkland. The people want to
Am
hear
I
you.
not talking to a mic?
You talked away from the
I
mic.
feel like I am. I'm gonna go with Kit Harington.
Kit
from
Harington.
Game of
Right,
Thrones.
right.
I feel like that guy is a little more vacant now that series is done, as well as Emilia Clarke. He's one of the more important characters in that series, so he can definitely carry a franchise.
He's a household face at this point.
Yeah, and I honestly I can't really picture him right now, but I feel like they'll take him anyways and throw him somewhere. So yeah, that's my number 2 pick, Kit Harington.
I could see him as like a Dr. Doom, even.
Really?
Think so?
I can't see it, but I feel like he could do it because he
I think
has
he's
that
more
power.
on the hero side, to be honest.
Yeah,
Really?
he's my
I don't know
hero.
if he has the chops to be.
I think he's got a darker edge to him, personally.
We'll see.
Is it the dark hair?
I also haven't really watched Game of Thrones much.
Maybe he
So.
can be Aragorn when they reboot Lord of the Rings.
Good old Aragorn.
So yeah, number 2, Kit Harington.
I guess that's me. Okay. My second pick. Ooh, I guess my third because we already got the legacies out of the way. Ooh, I'm gonna go with the D to the Wayne Johnson.
Oh, DJ.
Yeah,
D to the Wayne.
I think they're looking at all these guys like they got Dave Bautista, they got John Cena might be making his well who knows.
You do know he is still cast as Black Adam, right?
he is still cast as Black Adam.
Yes.
Okay, because I wasn't 100% sure on that. But yeah, no, that's okay. I think the MCU is gonna want to, kind of like pick him up for something or whatever.
He could be in anything.
That Black Adam, who knows if that's gonna actually come to fruition or whatever. So, Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dwayne.
Mr. Dwayne.
Mr. DJ, Mr. The Rock, the man of many names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's been jumping off buildings lately, fighting giant
With
monsters.
one leg.
So it
Did you
fits.
know that?
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that
There you go.
So I have this third pick's important because I know the next one these guys wouldn't get. Then my next two because they don't know the actors. So I'm in a good prime position. But some of these,
He's trying to say we're filthy casual.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the timing is gonna be right because I think he just had a baby recently. But I feel like he's just he's also somebody I would like. That I'm pretty confident John Cena will get cast this year. So I'm kind of doubling down, thinking next year who I'd like to on my roster to legacy. I'm gonna pick Jesse Plemons. I think he's a very talented guy. We've seen multiple. You look at Breaking Bad, that was his breakup performance. But if you look at what he just did last year, 2 very different performances in USS Callister, and then also in Game Night. And I think that shows.
Fantastic role in game.
Yeah, that shows to me he could be villainous. He could be that Marvel quippy. I think he'd be anything.
He could even be like a SHIELD agent or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I have one of those picks as well for that too. Like that's why the other thing with Martin Freeman kind of opened up. So he's just a very talented guy. I think he's bound for it to happen. I think my picking of it's kind of like Gosling. It might be early, it might not be the right timing, but I want him on the roster to have just so I have that, and like I said, I have the capability to maybe keep him next year. So maybe I won't win this year, but I'm kind of building a foundation for the future. So going Jesse Plemons.
A classic pick. I'm gonna go for something a little bit different here. Less of a star power, but I think a very diverse. I don't know, a good diversity pick. I'm gonna go with Ken Watanabe.
Ken Watanabe.
Yeah, he's in Inception. He plays Saito. He was also recently in Detective Pikachu, which to me really changed. Maybe I haven't seen a ton of his movies, to be honest with you.
He's in Godzilla's. He's in Batman Begins.
There you go. So he's done it before. And what was he in Batman Begins?
Ra's al Ghul, the imposter though, not the real one.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the time has come. It's been a few years. He's been in movies like this before. He's been in comic book movies, and I think he could play. He could play like a devious like bad guy, like I guess he's played before, or he could play. Like maybe more of a supporting character, like a good guy, or he could play like an agent kind of as well. So I think he's got potential, and I think he's just a good clean pick. You can't go wrong with adding him to your movie.
Shang-Chi's coming up, so they're gonna be looking at like not just white people.
Yeah, there
for
you
that
go,
movie,
and he would be
so-
a nice big pick there. So
yeah,
mm-hmm.
Groovy.
With your second last pick.
Second last pick, as in my third.
Sure.
Well,
If you're
you-
not oh yeah, I guess he doesn't
Yeah.
have I forgot you didn't get a legacy. So there you go. Your third.
Yeah,
His
Kurgan
third
gets free
last-
reign in the last round.
His third last pick.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. Oh. All right. I'm gonna go. This actress, female.
Ooh.
I'm a big fan of this actress, so this might be just a favorable pick. I don't know if she'll
You've
be
done this
cast.
with Haley Steinfeld in the past.
I did, and it didn't really go well for me because
No.
she was already casted. But hey,
And you
sometimes
did with
win
Alicia
some.
Vikander too, I'd say, and that didn't work out for you either.
I like her.
What?
I
You
think
can say
that's
that about-
I
you
think
can say
that's
that
a
about
solid
anyone.
pick.
I think it was.
I think that's a solid pick.
But
You
he
can say that
can't-
about anyone that didn't get
You
picked.
can't pick her.
You can't pick her. I'm gonna go Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm
a
I
Red-
didn't even think about that. That's
I'm
a good one.
I'm a really fan. I'm I'm a really big fan of this actress. Saw her last in Mission Impossible, and I don't know. She just got
Would
that
I know
look.
her from something?
I think so.
I don't think
I'm gonna
anything
Google-
Dylan's
Google her face.
seen. No, you haven't seen The Snowman. She was apparently in the running for Captain Marvel as well. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's a good pick. I didn't even think about that. Good one.
Yeah, she's just got that good that. Travis is getting excited. I don't know. She's just got that look to me, and she's a really great actress. So that's my number 3 pick. I feel like she could be in Marvel or DC. So
Oh yeah, great pick.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna I'm gonna go next.
Has
Yeah.
anyone been writing these down? I kind of forgot about that.
Nope.
Okay, good. I'll get them at the end from you guys.
Get 'em at the end. This is kind of just actually I just had to make a last minute change because someone said Detective Pikachu and just kind of jogged my memory all of a sudden.
Oh no.
I'm gonna throw this in because I feel more confident about this person than I do my other picks. So I'm gonna go with Justice Smith. I feel
Who's
like he was the main character in Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like it may not actually be a superhero, but I feel like he actually has a high chance of being like that friend or that other like side character in a superhero movie.
I can
So-
see it.
Harry Osborn.
Yeah, Harry Osborn. But I feel like he's someone that is not like huge up and coming. Like let's get this man in a superhero suit, but like I feel like he's definitely.
Some have questioned his acting ability in the past.
Yeah, that
Maybe.
was my groan. Yeah.
I feel like they could throw him into a superhero movie just onto the side or something.
really
like
could.
that.
He'd be a
It's
good
possible.
friend.
It's more
A good friend.
I just don't want him to will it into existence.
I'm willing
I don't
it.
want that in the air.
Got the chakras out and everything. So
The Shockers or the
Chakra.
Chakras. Okay, my bad.
Shocker.
That's a different movie.
That's your pick then, Taylor?
that's my pick.
My second last pick, I am going Vanessa Kirby. I think she is on the uprise big time. She is from About Time. She was in Mission Impossible. She played, I think she's called the Widow or the Black Widow or something like that. But then she's also going to get a huge showcase in Fast and Furious 9. She's playing Jason Statham's sister as
Hobbs
well.
and Shaw, right?
Oh, yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. So thank you very
Yeah.
much, Taylor. As well as it seems like going to be The Rock's love interest. So she's just been, I saw her in About Time, my favorite
Oh, she was also in Jupiter Ascending, a classic Geek First
tough
film.
one. So hopefully that doesn't.
Ooh.
But she's on the uprise right now. About Time is my favorite romantic comedy of all time. I just think she's building. I think she can go anywhere. She's doing comedy. I think she could be a villainess. I think she could be a hero. Yeah, she just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Her star. Yeah. So I'm going Vanessa Kirby.
She was on my list. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's very talented.
I really
Never watched
liked her
About
in
Time.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
The White Widow. Ooh,
The White Widow. It's a good name.
it is a good name.
Okay, so I've had this final pick. It's quite deliberated for me.
Final pick, yeah.
I thought about going back to some of my classics from 2017 because I think there's some gold in there, but they didn't pan out for me once, so I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to go for a new pick, and this is another actress, and this is one I actually didn't know existed until recently, the last couple months, but I saw her in a couple things, and they weren't even that great roles necessarily. Well, actually, one of them wasn't so great. The other one was really good, but it kind of made me realize just in those two smaller roles that she's a really good actress, and I think she could fit into a Marvel and or DC realm. Hopefully Marvel.
Oh, where are we going with this? I'm intrigued.
I'm picking Lily Collins.
Okay, that's a good
Collins.
pick.
The first time I saw her was in this Ted Bundy movie called Shockingly Evil that me and Travis is not. I'll tell you one thing. It wasn't good enough of a movie that me and Travis just forgot that we were going to do a review of it, and then we never did. And here we are in August or July, whenever cast is coming out. We still haven't talked about it. Not a great movie, but and I think she's really good in that movie, even though the script for her is awful. Like most of the time, she's not saying anything. She's just like has to kind of look at a TV, sadly.
Crying,
But
yeah.
she's like really good at that.
Yep.
But then what really sold me on her acting ability, where I just had a suspicion after that movie, was when I saw Tolkien, and she plays his wife in that movie, and she was just fantastic. Like emotionally, she's just fantastic. She can nail it all, and I'm a big fan of hers now. And I want to see more of her stuff, just because I think she was really good. And I picked up on it like pretty quickly, even in a movie that wasn't so great. So I don't know what her role would be. I think she could play like a bigger character. I'm not really sure if she's done too many like action kind of things in the past. But I think also look at like Hawkeye's wife, the great Linda Cardellini. I feel like she could play that kind of role as well, really well. She could also just be like an agent or something. So I think she's got some different possibilities. And I kind of just really want to see this because I'm a big fan of hers all of a sudden. And I think it might be a nice sneaky pick. She might just sneak into a comic book role. Yeah.
I'm gonna ride that same vibe. I have another sneaky pick that might be controversial.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about that controversy.
Controversy.
But this is a guy, so male actor.
Okay.
Male actor.
Spoiler.
Gee, I wonder where you're going with this one.
Uh-oh.
I think
you-
I
I don't think you're gonna know.
He didn't say
No?
much, so.
No.
Well, I was
This
wondering
is-
because you said off what you were saying. You're talking about Tolkien,
Sure,
so
sure,
I was
sure.
wondering
No,
if
not
you're,
Tolkien. No,
Okay.
I know what you're
if
talking
you're
about.
going for a guy that was almost Batman thing.
No,
Okay.
that guy was
The
already in a
Unholy.
superhero movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he tried to go to the Batman now. He's trying to get another one.
No, this is a more comedic actor. He's not really in a lot, but I feel like he's one of those characters that could just be thrown in for some comedic relief and like a side character. This is
A
Do
risky
you think
pick.
you actually got it?
this is the one, the only Simon Pegg.
Oh.
I was wrong.
I had him.
Oh,
I had him as
yeah.
a potential. Yeah.
Awesome.
I have a system as far as like 1 to 5. He was a 4. He was a 4 on that. So,
Yeah, I feel
good
like
pick.
I feel like just riding the vibes that we've been getting from these past superhero movies, like like there is comedy that's thrown in there, and I feel like Simon Pegg is kind of
Mhm.
like a good embodiment of that. Like he's got that comedy from like
Yeah.
Mission Impossible, where
He's also really well known, right?
oh yeah, and like Mission Impossible, it's not necessarily a comedy movie, but he brings those like touches and those touches of
He
comedy.
touches you just where you want to be touched.
Yeah, without it being creepy.
He exposes himself to the world.
No, he doesn't do that. But I hope he exposes himself into a Marvel or DC movie. So
Ew.
give me that point.
Taylor Field.
Going for my last pick, my number 5. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the. I'm going with this pick because I feel like when you look at the kind of the actors they've gone with like your Sam Neill, they've gone with Jeff Goldblum, they've done Laura Dern and like Star Wars. So I feel like they're targeting these like this older generation. Like Sylvester Stallone has already been Guardians. They
40
did,
plus.
40 plus.
You're going back? You're dipping into that cauldron again? Oh, no.
They did Kurt Russell. So I feel like it's just they like to tackle into these kind of character or these kind of actors and actresses for specific roles, and they're great actors and actresses. They deliver. So I'm going to go with the pick of Sigourney Weaver.
Hey, big six.
I think she whatever she's in, she's just great. One of my favorite movies with her is Paul, and like more recent movies. Paul, yeah, Simon Pegg movie.
I know, but that's the first thing you think of her.
Yeah.
I feel like I
I
think of
didn't think of
Aliens.
Defenders, where she played the villain.
Defenders? I haven't seen. Are you talking about the movie or the TV show with everyone?
TV show
Okay.
that came out recently.
I thought you meant the movie.
She was the villain in that.
What movie?
There's a movie called Defendor, I think.
That's
That's what I was talking about.
That's not what
That's what I
Dylan
was talking
said.
about. Not the big
It's
Marvel
actually a
show.
legit movie. No, when I do think of Sigourney Weaver, I think Alien.
Oh yeah,
but
there you go.
Paul, I'm thinking like recent, and Paul is like
Yeah.
one of my favorite recents
fair.
that she's done. But she's
Sure.
just a great actress. She's in lots of stuff. It's just great. So I feel very confident that I feel very confident that she'll snag up a Marvel role or something
Snag
like
it.
that. I
She
think we're
already
gonna see
has.
it. What
She-
role was that? Oh yeah, Defenders.
Yeah.
But I mean like in the
Defendor.
actual like
The movies.
in the movies,
Those shows
not
don't
on
count anymore.
not on Netflix tier. So
Disney
Netflix
Plus
tier.
tier.
Netflix
Disney
tier.
Plus tier at least.
Are we count? Yeah, I guess we've never gotten that. We don't count TV shows, do we?
We don't. I thought we
not?
did.
Do we? That's
Why
what I'm
not?
asking right now.
Superhero
course.
comic book. Yeah.
Of course.
I think we've
Sure.
always said movies. That's why I
I
was
thought we always
asking.
said movies too.
Yeah.
Have there been like points that haven't been given because they're
Probably
in a
a
TV
No.
show? Okay.
I don't see why not. I mean, we're not
I don't
getting that
see
many
why not
points
either.
anyway, so we might
I'm
as
just
well.
confirming right now before Disney Plus rolls
And
out.
fan
in
fiction?
November.
No.
Fanfic.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm down for some.
I'm gonna make a divot. So, because I had somebody,
He's fixing a
Because-
divot.
there's a new Hollywood scooper around that he had predicted some of the ending
Love
and
Hollywood
stuff
scoopers.
in December of last year, and he was just saying like full out scenes, and then he's been dropping scoops. And he said this guy was heavily rumored for a Marvel movie, and they really liked him. But the problem is, other than his stuff about Avengers, we haven't seen if any of those other scoops at this time are real. Because he could have easily just saw an early screening, like a fan screening. They do that to test audiences.
in
and
December, hey?
well, yeah, they do that to test audience to cut things or things like that.
Hmm.
They screen and you have to sign an NDA because his Twitter account is just the egg.
Oh, the classic egg.
Yeah, and it's like it's just a man and it's
Yeah.
probably a fake name.
Watch
So
Dog style.
I was gonna go with him and his pick. I'll reveal my honorable mentions, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go Sarah Paulson, because I think she's a very talented actress. She played the therapist in Glass. She's
Right.
she's
Yeah,
in-
she was on my list as well.
She's an American Horror Story. She's always doing that. And I tried to look at articles when they talked to her about being in other superhero movies. She said she'd be down for it. And I think she's just a very talented actress. So I see she could pop up in a lot of different places. Yeah, so it might be a mistake. Maybe my did was wrong, but I'd rather trust my gut than the scooper that hasn't been proved yet. But yeah, so it might be a mistake. I'm saying this right now, but I feel pretty confident, at least with Cena, so I'm taking some risk here. But Sarah Paulson, her name is Sarah Paulson.
She was
That
in
is-
Ocean's 8 too. I forgot
yeah,
about
she's
that.
she's just, anytime I see her, she's in Bird Box. She's never bad. She's always good. 12 Years a Slave. So, and I think, I don't know if she would be a main character, but you look at something like Black Panther where they just get a bunch of talented actor and actresses in it.
Yeah.
I could see her in there. Maybe she's a villain as well. I know we've kind of heard the X-Men's ways away, but you never know, X
Mhm.
Factor, they need something. So that is my final pick. So Kirkland Batts is the only one left for the pick.
Ayo.
And then we're going to read our rosters, and then everyone's going to make their star pick, and then Briggs is going to give us his ruling on the casted or non-casted kind
Has he
of
been
cuts.
stewing?
So
Looks like he's been
Kirkland
stewing.
Patzer,
Big stew.
what's your
Hey,
I'm
no
open.
peaks.
I'm open.
No,
No peek.
no leaks. All right, this last one's a little tough. I had 4 options that I was
Ooh.
kind of iffy on. I'm totally gonna be just basically playing any, mini, miny, mo, but in my head because I don't want to do that in the mic. It's kind of rude. All right, the one that I'm kind of leaning more on is another talented actress.
Oh.
I feel like my list is pretty female heavy, which
Mhm.
we want to see some females taking the roles.
right, Taylor?
And No,
Lots of
don't give him the mic.
females.
Mute it. Okay.
Mute it.
Captain Marvel 2's coming, you know.
I'm throwing in Saoirse Ronan. She's the
Okay.
Irish actress.
Right.
Everything I've seen her in, I've really liked her.
You also cast her as Jean Grey.
Didn't
in
she like
your
win an
guys'
Oscar last year or something?
Yeah.
Nominated.
for
Lady Bird 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys cast her as Jean Grey in your
We
X-Men
did
fan
cast her.
cast.
Yeah, I really like her look. I feel like she's got a super look for a superhero.
Super
She's got a
look.
superhero name too.
Yeah, it is. It took me a
Like
while.
literally.
I
real name.
honestly I had to like go and like hear an interview so that they could pronounce it properly because I didn't want to butcher it on cast.
How
'cause,
did you do?
Saoirse?
Is that how it is?
That's right, eh, Travis?
I don't think so.
Saoirse?
No,
Fuck
I think it's a lot
off.
more
That's
Irish than
right.
that. No, look it up.
It's more
after.
Irish.
Fuck
Come
off.
on.
Saoirse?
If you said my name and it was an Irish person saying it, I'd be like, no,
Coitlin.
you got to sound more
Kirkland.
Canadian. You got to sound more Canadian.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying from what I've heard.
You
I got
sound
offended.
Southern.
No, yeah, that's my last pick though. Saoirse Ronan.
Okay, so Dylan, unless you want to give me your
Give me.
roster. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Write it down.
sure
and then
do.
also then reveal who
Legacy
your star
pick.
is. And the star
Amelia
pick.
Clark.
Okay, the star pick we haven't clarified. The person gets 2 points for that.
Like
one.
Jake Gyllenhaal,
Duh.
for
As
example.
in, duh.
Duh. My legacy pick, Amelia Clark. John Krasinski. Mackenzie Davis.
Ayo.
Ken Watanabe. Lily Collins.
Ken
Now-
Watanabe. I gotta look this guy up. I
you know,
I
he,
can't
you
picture
know.
him.
You'll see him.
What's he
you
in?
know.
Godzilla.
He's
Dylan literally just listed a bunch of stuff
I
when he
did
picked
say
them.
it.
You should
He's,
listen
he
more.
plays Saito in Inception. Would probably be his biggest role, I would say.
Yeah, he's got hires Leo for the
Say
job.
his name one more time, sorry.
Ken Watanabe.
If you put in
you,
Ken
Travis.
W-A-T, it'll probably pop up.
Or you go to IMDb and just search Detective Pikachu. What is going to be
What a
your
great guy.
star pick, Dilmas? This worked for
Um,
you last year. Will work again.
Is it stars or an asterisk?
Star.
Yeah,
It's
I
tough.
nailed it last year, but last year was a bit different, right? Because I had picked Jake Gyllenhaal in 2017 before the Mysterio stuff. By the time the 2018 thing rolled around, it was like he's playing Mysterio.
No, it wasn't. Remember?
Yeah, but it was like pretty. It wasn't confirmed, but
It was a gray area.
And he was rumored to. Well, I listen back. He was rumored to be playing Batman at
I
that
think you're
point.
wrong.
No. Oh no, I think Batman was for the 2017 one.
Yeah,
Because he's always been in the talks.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it was
you're
by
right, you're right.
2018. I remember we were all kind of like, yeah, it's gonna happen, but
Yeah,
It just
like-
hasn't been announced.
Yeah,
But
so-
those
like-
count if they haven't been, because we've seen that before. Where someone's gonna play it, and then for some reason it didn't work out.
Right.
So until they announce it, it counts as we can pick it. If there's rumors, that's fine because rumors are rumors.
Mm-hmm. This is tricky. I have like a three-way tie between Amelia Clark, John Krasinski, and Mackenzie Davis on this one because those three I think have like potentially more range. Like they could star in a movie. I
Yeah.
could much more feasibly see that.
I
And
think there's a clear choice, but I'm gonna see if Dale makes it.
I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with Mackenzie Davis on this one. I'm gonna
Is that
give
the
it
clear
to
choice?
the young Davis.
I would have went with Emily Clark just because the free time, perhaps.
But the thing is, I'm already at a clean lead. So if I'm wrong here,
he's getting
if I'm
cocky.
wrong here, I get a point for her. But then Mackenzie Davis with that sneak pick, that's 2 more points. Think about that.
Jeez.
Okay. Oh, you were meaning if those two get cast, not your points from last year. Because the 2019 one, the winner is just this year again.
No, it's
a
cumulative.
What
It's
did you
cumulative.
think, Taylor?
feel
Did
like
you
that's
think
the
they were
super ranking.
cumulative,
It's
or
cumulative.
did you think they
It's
were?
all
I
time.
thought it reset and we
Yeah, me
start
too.
over again.
Well, it's both, I guess. So you can look at each
But I'd
individual
say
year.
to win 2019, it should be who
For
gets
example,
cast in
you could look at
2019,
last year who
right?
won. You could say
To win
Dylan. You could say
2019.
cumulative
to win
who's
this
won.
draft.
Dylan.
It shouldn't be like he got Amelia Clark and
getting
then because he
cocky.
had 2 points last
2019,
year.
who
You're
won?
losing now, these
Dylan.
But we're not bringing points over
Cumulative,
from
who's
last
still
year. That has
winning?
nothing to do with
Yeah.
this.
It's just
like
he won
you,
last year.
You won the 20.
Hey, you can have your rules. I'll have mine. That's fine. We all make the
Okay,
rules here.
so those are the
okay?
official rules. Me and Taylor's, we got it.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's fair. So
50%.
Official rules.
that's gonna be my pick.
'Kay.
And I'm sticking to it.
All right, it is my turn, is it not?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I was just waiting for confirmation.
Yeah.
All right, my going from. Do I have to go in order?
No, you go say whatever way you want.
My number 1, Keanu. My number 2, Rebecca. Should I say their full names to not
Nope.
confuse the
Rebecca.
viewers?
Got it.
Number 3, Simon. Number 4, Saoirse.
Can you spell that one for me?
I can actually. Saoirse.
Let's go, Kirkland. Let's
And my
go.
last pick is the one and only Kit Harington. And my super duper star pick.
Who's it gonna be?
I'm gonna
You've got
go
a good
with
list.
Keanu Reeves, the man, the myth,
Hey.
the legend.
It's about his time.
I was pretty confident with that pick. That's why I had to pick him number 1. My number 2 pick was Naomi Scott. I was pretty confident with that one as well, just 'cause she's a very talented actress.
Very
But
skilled.
I didn't get her,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. So I thought if I got them both, it would have been between those two for the star pick. But no, I'm going with the man, Keanu, who killed it at the Microsoft E3 conference.
Right.
So let's go. He is breathtaking.
So I got this super fly list, and it consists of the one and only Mark Hamill.
Mark
Feel
Hamill.
very good about
Legacy
that pick.
pick.
You know, he is legacy. He is he's got a lot going for him right now.
Okay.
Justice Smith, who's a last minute transition. Are we talking honorable mentions now if we wanted to?
Nope.
No? Okay, yeah. I bumped out another person and put him in as my honorable mention, which I feel very, very good about that decision.
Feels
You're not
very
allowed
good.
to tell us who he is,
We'll
though.
tell you that if you feel good. Tell us in a couple minutes.
But yeah, then I also got Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who he's gonna be in there, and I feel like
DJ.
he's got a lot of free time. He's not doing any skyscraper
free time.
sequels.
I don't think he has a lot of free
doesn't
times.
he has no free time.
I feel like he's pumping out a new movie
He's
every
one of the
week.
busiest guys around, I'd say. Only people who aren't busy do movies like Skyscraper.
That was like a disrespect to him. Oh, he has lots of free time.
People who aren't busy do movies like Skyscraper.
People, I don't know. What?
Because that's what you said, and he did Skyscraper.
It's the opposite. What?
Who's your 2-star pick, Taylor?
I also got Sigourney Weaver in there, and my
Sig.
2-star
Sig.
pick is Naomi Scott.
Nah.
I already put it on there.
Classic.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Travis
thought
going with
so.
that hard read.
I thought you were going to do Mark Hamill, honestly.
And that was originally my first, and I was thinking Sigourney
Mark
Weaver. I'm
Hamill.
like, no, I'm gonna go for that Naomi Scott.
And Travis, what are yours?
I got the man you can't see, John Cena, the Goss, Ryan Gosling, Vanessa Kirby, Jesse Plemons, and Sarah Paulson. I gotta throw the 2-star on John Cena.
That's
It's
an
just-
honorable mention.
Yeah.
The rumors are happening right now. You
It
know,
just
it's
makes
just,
sense.
It just, yeah, I think it's gonna happen, and I'll probably do that until I get
He
him,
could play a
'cause-
really good Rhino too.
Oh boy,
Yes.
I don't know, but yeah, that is
Just Just like a Speedo and a horn.
Yeah.
Don't even give him like any other
I
outfit.
know.
Speedo and a horn.
yeah. So John Cena, I think it's gonna happen. Those rumors come out, and James Gunn's been quiet on Suicide Squad, so I think he's gonna do a big rollout soon. And hey, maybe, well, actually not this week because DC is not at Comic-Con, so that's great. But hopefully soon because I gotta start filming that. So yeah, John Cena 2-star pick. Let's do this. 3 times the charm. 3rd time's charm.
That's right.
Let's go.
That'll be pretty epic if you finally get it.
Right,
That's
Taylor, what's your
momentous
honorable
occasion.
mention?
Briggs, before we get to honorable mentions, let us know your ruling.
Welcome to the chat. Tyler Briggs, the one and only, the current Gauntlet
I'm gonna
champion.
slide in there with a hard ruling of, I just want to confirm, was not in the credits.
It was not on the credits.
I'm going to go with a hard ruling of 0 points.
Okay, there you go.
0
So Jessica,
points.
even if you
Oh,
were
that's
there,
savage.
that's gone. I think it's a good pick.
It's funny because you would think all of us are in the game and we want to win,
Yeah.
and we're on the 0.5 couch. They're on the 1 point couch. Briggs does not give a shit about any of that.
no.
Oh, you were right. Yeah, I guess we were. Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
I respect it.
He picked the option
I do
that we
respect
didn't
it.
pick.
I got some honorable mentions. Some I'm not going to mention because I'm saving them
You
for
gotta
next
keep 'em
year.
hidden, yeah.
So there's a
Ooh.
few, but I did think about doing Luke Evans again just because he was free. He's just, beefy guy on the market. I just put Bohemian Rhapsody cast, but we never.
whole cast.
I thought about Rami Malek, but he's busy filming Bond right now. And then I thought about Lucy Boynton, but I might
That's a
save her
good pick.
for a rainy day. I might save her once we get a little closer to when we're thinking about making X-Men because I feel like she fits perfect in that kind of realm.
Yeah,
But
no, that's a great pick.
I think
like that.
Rami does too, but he's busy with Bond right now, so he's gonna be busy injuring Daniel Craig for a while. I had Lady Gaga. These picks all span from when we stopped last year to this year.
Yeah,
Lady Gaga, but then A Star Is Born happened, so she went on the 1 scale. I just put Mission Impossible crew cast because just like Tom Cruise, Simon Pegg, Michelle Monaghan, Vanessa Kirby. I didn't pick him. I still don't know how to say his name. That Dacre or Darcy Montgomery from Stranger Things and the Red Ranger from Power Rangers. And then Nancy from Stranger Things as well. And I also did have Kit Harington, but he's in rehab now, so I took that pick
Ooh.
away.
That's all right. They
Yeah.
can come back.
Maybe.
the best way to get over your issues is to be in a Marvel movie. Look at
That's right.
Robert Downey Jr.
That's exactly right.
That's what they're going to tell him, yeah. So those were my honorable mentions.
Mine. There was some I really wanted to pick from my 2017. I had Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley, and I feel like they're even better picks now because the trilogy is done and they have some more free time. So those two I deliberated on, but I decided to go for some new picks just to keep it interesting. But honestly, I feel like I might be kicking myself in just a couple months. Like
I think you're fine with Driver. I think he's going to be done with fanboy films for a while, really. I think just the way he's been talking
Yeah.
about Star Wars, like, oh, I'm happy to move on. I think
Mhm.
he's not saying in a bad way. I think he's just, as they call in Hollywood, he's going to go Oscar hunting.
Right.
I think he wants a statue.
Yeah, I'm thinking of more him as just like the types of roles he could play. Like he'd be a really good villain and like his acting ability. Whereas I've never seen an interview with him, so I'm not really sure what he's interested in. And I feel like Daisy Ridley is just a solid pick. Like she could be in something. I think after this trilogy's up. I also, Emily Blunt. I still think is a solid pick, but she did me wrong before, so I didn't want to dip back into that one. And what else do I got you here? I think Channing Tatum. He's talked about wanting to do Gambit, and maybe that will happen with Marvel. Maybe it won't. But if he maybe is like leaning towards it's not going to happen, then I think he'd do another role, and I think he could fit into like so many different types of characters. He could even just be like some like buff bodyguard for like a bigger villain or something, and it could be like more comedic. Like I don't know. He has a lot of potential. I think. I did have Ellen Page on my list, although I don't know if I really think that's a good pick, and that's probably why I didn't end up choosing her as part of my 5.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think she's kind of not as big as she once was star-wise. So.
And I have some more here, but I'll just say one more. Steve Buscemi. He's a classic. I love Steve Buscemi. He's a classic. Monsters Inc., Big Lebowski.
Should have been Mysterio.
Reservoir Dogs. Like he's just such a solid actor, and he can play like the creepy evil guy, and I don't know. There can always be need for that. Although I don't know if he'd get cast as like a big superhero, right? I think he'd be more of like a agent or like a villain. So I don't know. Maybe I'll pick him. Yeah, yeah, that'd be sick.
On the glider, Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We could see him in a few roles. I'd like to see him, but I just don't know if it's terribly likely. So
I think you're right. I just want that to happen. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
And I think he's the perfect fit for somewhere in Marvel. I just want to see Steve Buscemi in one of these movies.
Yeah, he'd be fun.
Make him be Uncle Ben.
Yeah, Uncle Ben. Why not?
Alrighty, my honorable mentions. My number 1 was Dave Franco, the legendary brother of James Franco. That was my borderline pick. He probably could have swapped them out. Maybe I'll be regretting this in a year. Who knows? But that's
Or you got him for next year.
That's a good pick.
yeah.
Good pick.
So
New multiple man.
there it is.
After James Franco has some controversy.
My next one was Emma Watson. I know this. I believe, who's
Taylor
was
had
it?
it
was my
last year.
2017.
Taylor picked
Okay,
her
yeah.
back in the
Only
day.
one young person on the team.
Yeah.
No, that was 2017, not last year.
She was even
Thanks,
younger.
Taylor.
Again, you're only one young person on the team. I believe.
Kate Beckinsale's pretty young. Mila Kunis is young.
I'll give you Mila Kunis.
The reason I didn't pick her is I feel like she's just busy doing real world things like UN
Life.
stuff and
Saving the
just,
environment.
Yeah,
and
just important things.
Good for her.
empowering women.
Smash.
Instead of Smash. Go ahead.
There's a joke for our fan community because Dylan's into Smash.
I don't know if it was an
It's-
accurate joke, but it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
We're
There's
just listing
relevance.
random things she does, and it Smash.
I don't think there's I think she does all those things that
Yeah.
we mentioned.
Oh, I guess she does Smash as well.
There you go.
My
you
other
go, Emma
one
Watson.
was Leia Seydoux.
I'm not
Is
sure who
how
that
you-
is.
how you pronounce her
Death
name?
Stranding.
Yes, I absolutely love this actress. Although I couldn't really see her in a superhero movie because I feel like she's just a little too like. This might sound harsh, but I feel like she's
Foreign.
kind of like an indie actress because she was in
She
that.
wasn't Bond though.
That's right,
Yeah.
and she was also in Inglourious Bastards. Very minor role,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Wait, really?
still great. She's she was. What was her name?
Travis
She-
is stuffing down pizza.
We got 10 minutes to go.
La Petite is that the guy's farm?
Sure.
It was like
His daughter,
One of,
right?
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
his
Oh,
daughter.
I can picture
Shoshana?
her now.
yeah,
No,
Not
not
Shoshana.
not
Shoshana.
no.
He's like the blonde. She's the blonde daughter.
She
Yeah.
would have been a good pick.
She's the
though.
one that Christoph
Yeah.
Waltz kisses on the hand.
It was like between
Gotcha.
her and Rebecca Ferguson there for a while.
Even Diane Kruger.
Honestly, I probably could have swapped her out for Kit Harington because I didn't know he was in rehab. But you know what? No regrets
It's a whole
in
year.
this
Right,
podcast.
right. Whole year he'll bounce back.
Exactly.
The only one I wanted to mention was Rebecca Ferguson. I thought was risky after I thought about it. They are filming those 2 Mission Impossible movies back to back, so that
Yeah.
could be a risky play. Unless
Like-
she's not in it much. So
Like
I
The Rock, she's not up to much. So there
Not
you
doing
go.
anything.
My other honorable mention. I forget her. I think she was on your list or your honorable mention. Fire it off real quick.
all my honorable mentions.
Including the ones you were saving.
on the
Lady
spot.
Gaga, Michelle Monaghan, Nancy from Stranger Things,
Nancy.
and that's all the ones I have. The other ones I don't want to reveal.
What was the ones on your list then?
Void.
What is this game you're playing, Kirkland?
You know,
What do you get out of there?
Stretch out to E3.
Shush?
Vanessa Kirby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was my other honorable mention. I feel like I said that. Never
You
mind.
did.
Shouts out to me for my awesome picks.
So Taylor, you can tell
Taylor
us your
Field.
honorable mentions. I'm excited to see who you're gonna bump off, and then you could just probably go right into the links there.
Right into the links. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, my honorable mention that I swapped out for Justice Smith was Laura Dern, because I thought, they're kind of bringing in the whole Jurassic Park trilogy, so I feel like they're tackling these characters and throwing them into some MCU stuff. So very minor roles,
I was gonna say very minor. Sam
Yeah.
Neill's in the movie for 30 seconds.
greatest 30 seconds,
The greatest 30 seconds of camera history.
Tarantino's favorite movie.
Tarantino's favorite movie, yeah. My next honorable mention is the Nicolas Cage.
I'm waiting
Nicolas
for it.
Cage.
I'm surprised. It's 3 years now, and he's not dipped his toes in that.
He's waiting. He's
And
got
you-
the shoes and the socks
And
off.
you would have
No,
got
you mean Taylor hasn't, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
you would have got a point last year if
From
you picked
Spider
him.
Verse.
He would actually
Right.
got two because he was in Teen Titans Go, an animated DC movie that went to theaters.
Hmm.
So you would have got 2 points.
2 points. Nicolas Cage, yeah. I don't.
If you had Nicolas Cage and Matt Damon, you would have had 4 points.
God, could you imagine that?
A
I feel like those are
different
Taylor
world,
That's a
picks,
different
dude.
different multiverse.
I'm almost surprised you didn't pick Nicolas Cage because it's just he's doing good things.
I feel like he's gonna be taking a breather this year, and he's gonna.
He never takes a
He's
breather.
gonna be in like
No.
5
That guy just
different
sends like
superhero
10
movies.
movies a year. He works hard.
all
Oh.
straight to DVD or Netflix.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. He still gets
They
paycheck.
count.
A
My
sequel to what was that bad Halloween movie we watched? Remember?
A ghost's fart or something.
Oh no.
my other honorable
Was it good?
mention is
Fantastic.
Topher Grace. I feel like
oh,
he's
a total
the
disgrace.
man.
Yeah.
So funny. Me and Dylan had this
It's the
exact
rhyme, it's the
conversation
rhyme.
because I'm not gonna lie. I thought about putting him on here because check out it happened a month ago, but me and Dylan reviewed Black Mirror season 5. Not a great season, but Topher Grace is great
A
in
good
it.
role. Yeah.
He is good in. He's really good in Black Klansman. He's good in Death, Love, Robots. Did I say it in the
Love,
right
Death,
order?
Robots.
Love, Death, Robots. Thank you, Kirkland.
LDR.
So he's making a comeback, but the reason I didn't, because I thought why he's making a comeback is still because he's trying to come back from Spider-Man 3. So I thought if they throw down a hey, you want to be in a superhero movie, he might be like wave that off. So
You want to play Eddie Brock?
yeah, I know alternate dimensions. Yeah, I think his time's done, but I think he's I'm liking the
new
go for
Grace.
songs,
Mhm.
My next honorable mention is Tobey Maguire. I feel like he could definitely make an appearance or something. And here I have a question for you guys.
play on the multiverse
now,
too. I was
if
gonna ask this
he
question too.
were to pop up in the
Spider-Verse
next
as-
Spider-Verse, or into the
as
Spider-Verse
him?
movie as him, does that count as a point?
Of
Because he's
course.
playing
Oh, fuck yeah.
himself.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
so.
Because he's already played himself in those movies. So how I thought maybe it wouldn't count.
If you play
because-
yourself, but you're in a superhero movie, that counts.
Yeah,
But he's already
But he's
played
not
Spider-Man.
cast in that role.
No,
Like,
I think if they for some reason said we're making Spider-Man 4 with Tobey and Kirsten Dunst, I would not give you the point because he was already cast as that role, but he
yeah.
would be recast.
It's like if that were to happen, you would hear about it. You'd be like, Tobey Maguire is coming to Spider-Verse, or it's like,
yeah.
they don't announce like Robert Downey Jr. is coming to Avengers Endgame. It's like, oh, he's already a
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, but technically it would still be the same Spider-Man though.
But we're saying
that
we'd
was
give you the point.
casted. So I
But
mean,
he's
I'll
getting,
take the
he's
point.
getting
I'm
recast in
just-
a different medium as well, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's
Okay.
definitely a point.
You
I
won't
was
take the point
curious.
though, because it's your honorable mention.
Yeah,
Like if
that's
you
true.
cast Hugh Jackman at this point, I think you get a point for Wolverine if he plays it again. I think that's totally
in the
fair.
MCU, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. My last pick,
I
just
thought-
because
I thought
We
Like
have
3
Briggs
picks
who
ago.
can pick on these rulings in a split second. He needs 1 hour,
has
but
to
he'll
stew
come
on
up
it,
with
yeah.
a ruling.
I swear you said last pick like 3 picks ago.
maybe this is my last pick. So,
'Kay.
just because I saw it on the rumor list, and I just want to shout out there.
What is this rumor list?
the rumor
Is
list?
there just a list of?
He is an insider.
I have a
Oh, I
list.
didn't shout out my one too. Mine was there's big time rumors that David Morrissey that played the governor in Walking Dead.
Really?
Yeah,
that would be
that's
good.
That's the one I was telling about. The scooper, he said MCU is looking at David Morrissey for multiple roles, but like I said, I was gonna wait, but it could happen. So I might kick myself big time that, but and I'm a big fan of that actor. So
So my last honorable mention is Macaulay Culkin. I think you
Never
never know.
It's not a real rumor as a Joker. That's a false one.
a falsehood.
You never know. Disney or Feige could be like, this guy, he's got tactics, he's got strats. Let's bring him in.
Feige's not casting Macaulay
Tactics.
Culkin.
Yeah,
Get
what's
out
that?
of
He's
here.
got tactics. He's got
You never
strats.
know. He could pop in, like Dylan
I
said.
know.
Batman trying to take down Joker with the micro machines is not happening.
I'd love it. Is it gonna happen?
I trust
No.
Matt Reeves to not do that. Taylor, where can they find all our stuff? And remember, check out our 24-hour 4-year anniversary stream, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Let's
I'm
go.
so mad we're recording
Let's
this month
go.
of beforehand because that means we're a month away. But I just want to have that in my hands.
That means we're only a month away,
Give
Travis.
it to my hands.
Be an
And
optimist.
whether it's on Twitter or Facebook or the comments down below on the video feed, let us know if you'd pick anybody. If you like our picks, who you think got the better chance. And let us know who you think could maybe get cast. So, Taylor, where can I find this?
Yeah, you can find us with
Where?
an internet connection or your data because we're data worthy. But if you want to save your data, Kirkland, shout it. Data. There you go. Yeah, you can find us in the search bar, Geekverse Space Podcast on all the links. Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Podbay,
Podio.
especially Patreon because we put out a lot of good content. It's hard work, but we want to make sure you get the best content. So when you give
Sure.
us that little spare change, it goes a long way.
That's
And
damn right.
you can definitely hear the difference that you have made in our lives by hearing the equipment that we've used because of your support. So huge thank you, and tune in later.
Thank you very much. Go down in the description
Ciao.
below for the video and Podio feeds. And until
Bye.
next time, it'll not be
Remember that
boring.
I'm winning first place.
Remember, I am not the Adam Hart caster. No kidding.
Boom.
That was fun. That was
Yep.
glorious. I didn't think I would have as many quality picks as I did.
We'll get to revisit it in a year.
I had, I think I had majority.